me fix my Christmas hat here. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. It's me, the Green Fazbear. That music's really loud. There we go. That should be better. Bring it down a bit more. Yes, dramatic music. I'm still getting stuff all sent and whatnot. Because I needed to send it to my video stream to 2 more people. And yes, Happy Christmas. But anyways, this is... Oh wait, can you even see the screen? I don't even know if you can see it. Might have to go into windowed mode, and do like this. Yeah, what's going on here? Oh wait, whoa, what's going on here? Tiny bunny. Just tiny bunny. What if I do this? Oh wow. It's just really, 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 really small. I mean, not small, big. It's like really fudging big. Anyways, Little Bunny is, I think, a relatively new game on Steam. Oh, thank you, thank you. I just got it today for $1 because I literally didn't think I was gonna be streaming, but I thought might as well do it in the Christmas spirit. Anyway, Little Bunny, not Little Bunny, Tiny Bunny, that's what it's called, is a, as Markiplier put it, I got this from him. I just saw this last night. I'm like, I want to play this on live stream. It's a like non-linear horror game where everything is chosen by your, well, it plays out considering your choices. And the weirdest part is that this is actually a visual novel, a horror visual novel. Wow. Anyways, so far this looks really nice. So I'd say that we just get started. Actually, can I like turn down the speed? It's like really laggy, in my opinion. Anyways, let's do new game. Oh, there's stuff down there. I didn't see that. Do you guys see that? You do see it, okay. Still adjusting some things. There you go. Now you can see it at like almost full screen. 1 second. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gentle, sneery, twined in the air. They were shouting and laughing, and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket glazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there is nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. Oh, hi there. I see you. Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you not to read the table? It's bad for your health. Look how slouched you are. So it's an option to hide the book. But I think you actually have to hide the book. But this is where it starts. What else can we do? Can we just go and eat food? Gotta hide the book. I didn't protest, and I put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was struck on a line that I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. I was stuck on a line. I'm gonna say Olia. Olia had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic, she almost looked like your typical girl from the commercials. You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazily anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. My goodness, this is really detailed. And I like this. This is really cool. It looked like a jellyfish from the Coast to Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Or how cold the Black Forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes. What did I just say? I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What's this? Carved on the other side of the table? Karina. I don't see it. I think that's because this game is like... I think it's like European, maybe? Because it was originally in European, but I have it set to English, then we can actually read it. So, I think that's supposed to say Karina. Ha! That's my mom's name! I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? No. She's been kind of in a bad mood lately. I imagined her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or the sounds coming from the attic? Or the thick forest? I imagined my grandma coming to my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olia sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her dark, smooth voice. Tiger is a special place, little girl. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, or never yelled, never swore. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love each other back then. Grandma being creepy, not gonna lie. Grandma looks kinda like a dude, not gonna lie. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They're talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket. She called it her cute funeral box. It waited its time in the closet, patiently. It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was being buried. The house... Grandpa, is that you? The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces on my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. I crawled out from under the table. Olia was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. I turned my gaze toward the frosted window. I'm a kebab with have a bunch of exams. And it's 2 a.m. Yeah, sorry, I wish I could have streamed earlier. I just got sidetracked. Ooh, yeah, I got really sidetracked. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass. Olia, look! It's a fox! Where? It almost looked like those optical illusion thingies they put on the back of student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance. But if you blur your vision a little bit, you can— I see it without blurring my vision! I am super close. Only 7 more. And look, under a certain angle. Not outside, on the window. Look, here's an us, and here's... Hey, eat up. Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up, there's not much left. Ah, there it is. But it still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you, it does. Nuh-uh. It does. Stop it. These kids, I swear. Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared. Went away. Only the frosty patterns, similar to stretched out needle leaves, creeping up the glass. My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off. It stings." This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olia always covers her ears when she hears something like, "What's the point to all this?" through the wall. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply. "For the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the deadliest word that started with a D. D-I-V-O. I don't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken to 2 different families. Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. You said you would believe me just yesterday. Has anybody seen my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Right. Maybe you did, and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of 2, and still... Karina, please stop. Just let me get my bready in peace. Your keys are in the basket near the phone. Well, thank you very much. Anton, stop making a matriarch out of yourself and finish eating already. And the owl. There was no owl. But there was one. It had giant glowing eyes. Olivia sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers, the size of an apple each. Last year you had a bye-bye in your closet. What the heck's a bye-bye? What did I do? What the heck's a bye-bye? Okay, hold up. I'm looking up what a bye-bye is. Bye-bye. Google, come to my aid. Ba by animal. Guessing it's an animal. Fidelia babai. It's a species of sea slug. Adored nudibranch. A shell-less marine gastropod mollusk in the family Felidae. The specific name, babai, is in honor of the Japanese mycologist Kiro Baba. Okay, so the babais are like a slug. Now this owl. But I saw it. Okay, I'm turning down the music here on here a bit more. Because it's really loud for me, too. There we go. Olia shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me. But I couldn't find any support. Have you thought about befriending it? You know, like feeding it with imaginary mice? Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep because she's still little. Olia pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, bringing the keys he just found. A minute passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad had already used to glue together once. It's so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? A kid should not be thinking about this. This is not a good thing to have a kid's mindset on. I am thirsty. Mom moved to the living room and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Oh, hi, Olia. Olia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved into this house. She would toss and turn or curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped her take her mind off of all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. Oh, hi there, buddy. Then Olia said she saw a giant flying monster outside her window. That's, how do I say this? Creepy. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They even tried a little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olia refused to sleep alone, and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After tonight, I was unsure what to make my sister's words. What to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? Last night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep, and ended up thinking of what to expect in my new school. There are a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination grew strong with long twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures, cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat-back silhouettes. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down? Stomp me with their bloodied shoes? That damn school can burn for all I care. Ugh. I just wish for anything to happen to it. It doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there and that badly. I didn't want to see people who were just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. It felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of monster. My gaze slid across the drawings on the hanging walls. I couldn't consider myself the greatest artist, but Olia begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. The small circle of friends I also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in the cold voice, "You've got the wrong number," or "Anton is not around." Anton's not around. I imagine my future classmates lying in their beds, just like me. Bless me. Lying in their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside the windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the vague family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners of the closet cobwebs and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was rusty. The floor was squeaking. Rusty drains were moaning. The attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. Then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed with the sound of the wind, of the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that the music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like it's playing it there. It's not like It's not like someone is playing it there. Mr. Cold Snowy Night, right? Gotta open it. Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest as a backdrop. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, and bumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind. But these were clearly not wolves. They stood upright at times. They crawled around, holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadow for a brief moment, then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music had stopped. Uh-oh. The dancing froze and shadows froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the snow in the carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Ho! It glided on the squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My heart was thumping around like a bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains in a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. Oh no! They saw me! A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of the perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around, looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right, then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped to the bed and covered myself with a blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remembered the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Oh goodness, this is actually kind of unsettling. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. Ooh no. I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move under their sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. Huh! I was chanting the spells that she taught me throughout the whole procedure. Goodness, this is very unsettling. And now lying under the blanket and listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. On the island of Bouillon, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair for the spawn of from devil's lair to the feast, and always leave alone God's faithful servant named Anton. Oh goodness. Evil leave this house must. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hangman. And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. The sound scratched at my eardrums. Oh! In reality, something or someone were scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at the wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently as if looking for someone. Ashes to ashes! Dust to dust! I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then... Oh, no! No! No, 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 no! No, I don't like that! The doorknob switched slightly. It turned halfway, once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. The doorknob tilted more, and then started clicking violently. Hi, Weber! Oh, wait, what? I accidentally skipped over part of it. My jaw cramped from fear. My wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked and then opened. The wind taunted me, moaning inside tin drains. Now you'll see. The door was wide open. Oh no. The darkness reached inside the carnivorous mouth of a doorway. Toonie. What? 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 It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling. It's unsettling. Trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Toonie. Toonie. My abdomen tightened, and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. Before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, Toonie, you asleep? Oh, Toonie, you asleep? Oh my god! Olia! You scared me! My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief. Olia, I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olia frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. Show her away, Toonie, please. I'm so scared. Oh no. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olia down. It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's gonna harm you. Olia sobbed. She is trying her best to believe me. But was I sure myself? I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video. Sleeping Beauty, for example. You like that cartoon, don't you? Why does Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary bird? That question took me by surprise. Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Toonie, you coming? Yes, just a moment. Oh, hi! Hi! Whoa! Oh, hi! Hi. Hi. That was awful. That got me. That scared me good. Oh, hi. Oh, goodness. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olia and her owls in the morning. That was fun. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled from just a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet? Under the table? Behind the curtains where Olia always hides? Tony, come here. Or is it Tony? It's Tony. I'm gonna say Tony. Antone. Antoine. I'm gonna say Tony. Tony I'm gonna use for Olia, and Tony I'm gonna use for... Oh, Antony. It's like Anthony, but Antony. Okay, so it's Tony. I felt like kettleballs were tied to my feet, but I still dragged them towards the hallway. A couple policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. Mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy had gone missing yesterday. His name's Volva. Volva. Look at this, please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Aww. Poor child. Look at the kitty! It's a kitty! Eee! There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He held a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile. No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I hardly leave the house. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window? That's right. Your windows look straight at the forest, don't they? The window. Oh, hi. No, I haven't seen anything. I see. Nice face. He sounded tired, but his eyes, his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squinted unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason. How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? Yes, everything's alright. Thank you. Hi, face. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his gray eyes. My head started spinning. Can I help you somehow? I asked in that shaky voice to look like a polite boy to end this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look just like one of my nephews, little fella. He's a witty boy around your age. We're the same type of goggles. Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll in police school when his family visits this summer. Want to help other people, just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable, as if a distant relative, not a police officer, stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home. Steer away from trouble. Times have changed so much. Mom interjected in a cold voice. You don't say. Ah, well then. What grade are you in, Tony boy? Tony boy. Sixth. 6th. Hey. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the break. Ah, then I leave you my number. Just in case. Call me if you have any new info. The policemen are gone along with their shadows. The smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiley boy. Hat. That's one of those cool top things. I've seen those before. Those are fun. They still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him, being all alone there. For some reason, I thought of the forest, swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? What would my parents do if I had gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other, like they always do, and forget about me eventually? Mom, this vulva, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it. Poor child. I looked out the window at the road. The police UAZ drove off towards the village. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remember all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigating all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people, phone buzzing. After a set of amazing adventures, bam! Solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen's footsteps that led to the forest. And then it clicked into my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find the lost boy. And I'll get a reward. Olia would be so happy. Not only Olia, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Maybe I'll save us from the D word? I fantasized myself buying Olia Tamagotchi and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. Okay, I'm guessing now I know that this is probably in Canada. When I was the last time our parents bought us toys. Last autumn, I think my dad had lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. There was no idea what was the accountant's job like. They count money? I think. Neighbors used to envy us, but nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had any money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Olia. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out, looking for clues. I'm going outside! Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals or something even worse? Even worse, echoed through the hallway. I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said, or should I repeat myself? Better go pack your school bag or play with Olia. The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. Go to front yard, to kitchen, open. What's this? Oh, things to look at. Okay, I get it. So these are like our options. It's like a point and click. Oh, these are cool. Okay, so what it has is it has us to have options to look at things. And then that goes away after a while. Okay. This cross had seen so many people come and go in his house. It was black, as if it absorbed all human sin from the long years it was hanging under the ceiling. After Grandma died, Mom was going to take it off and hang a horseshoe in its place as a lucky charm. But she cut herself to cross this sharp corner and almost fell from the stepladder. Dad called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. So yeah, they make noises. Mom's peg top, a family relic. My mom played with it when she was little. Then she gifted it to me. Ollie was next in succession line. The toy belonged to her now. She started dancing the dancing spindle as if it could show her something. A fairy tale or even more our future. Now my little sister was a bit too old for the squeaky peg top. My parents probid me. Yeah, probid me. Probid me for making long distance calls, but from time to time I really want to hear my old friends. Sometimes I would just pick up the phone and listen to how low hum of the zoomer and the distant crackling, imagining the wind howling to the ice and leading cords. So, I wonder if there's a way for us to save. Yep, here it is. We are going to save here. No? Okay, wait, it's still there. 5 days till Christmas, folks. But, so, we have 3 choices. To go to the kitchen, to open up this, or go to the front yard. I kind of want to see what's down in the basement. Oh, no, not even, that's not a basement. The dark, stuffy closet. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. And Noli can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Baba is living there. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp so she could see there was nothing but cobwebs. Dad's tools scratched the walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Olia count outside. 1, 2, 3. Better hide from me. Then drag her feet on the creaking floorboards, hoping she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Okay, so can't do anything there. So now we have actually moving space to go. Like it says, just open. So we have 2 kitchen or 2 front yard. I'm just gonna save over top of that. I'm just gonna save over top of this one. Yes. Let's go and listen to our mother. To kitchen. Hi, little mother. It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Mom, something's wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. Ah, you're killing me here. So have you had enough of shooting these stupid ducks now? I told you the kind scope will go dim because of your console. Where will we find a new TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings? Please, go see for yourself. Strange, it worked fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it? Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olia's room. Ooh. What can we look at in here? Fridge? Okay. I can't read that, but okay, here we go. Senior Lieutenant Tikhonov. Konstantin Vladimirovich. I can't speak that well in Russian. I guess this is Russia, maybe? I don't know. Telephone number 20337. That will be helpful. Took a peek at Mom's crossword. She would get very angry when someone gave her advice. So me and Dad faked knowing the answer and being about to reveal it all the time. I smiled at that fleeting thought. Vertical, 9 numbers, name of the Palestine deity that could protect them from viper bites and had a nickname, Lord of the Flies. Ooh. Ooh, I don't remember what that was. The second letter is E. Beelzebub. No, it's not Bees. Beelzebub. Yeah, I think it's Beelzebub. ERCOM of Russia has declared the state of emergency due to advised weather conditions. So this is Russia. According to the weather forecast, a cyclone is moving towards the region. Expect heavy snowfall, blizzard, and snowdrifts on the road. Keep your eyes open and take care of yourself. The decrepit and stain covered calendar was once my favorite form of entertainment in Grandma's house. I remember waking up and running to the kitchen so I could tear off yesterday's leaf first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in the taiga forest without my help. One day closer to New Year's, one day closer to Grandma's funeral. I haven't touched this calendar in years now. Since the time they started writing dark and spooky death chants that only made me gloomy instead of funny proverbs and superstitions to be exact. I grabbed the dusty calendar leaf with caution and tore it off effortlessly. Sadly, the spooky descriptions from my childhood were still there. 7 horses carry the log. If 7 can't carry, bring the 8th from a ferry. They will take it away and never come back. This is the fate the log can't escape. I crumpled the gray leaf and threw it into the waste bin, hoping to get rid of the anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on blotting paper. What's in here? We have that. We have turn back. Okay, obviously we can't see anything here. So open. Ooh, Grandma kept ice cream for me and Nolia there, but now I only could see meat bits for soup and clumped together plemini. I grew to hate them already. Well, there's nothing in here, so... Yeah, the only place to go now is outside. Oh, birds. They said... Okay, I accidentally clicked. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully, so Mom wouldn't watch me from the window. When I crossed half the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I embraced my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares into ash, but the aftertaste was still there, distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. A barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. Why are you going into the forest? So silent it felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olia. The time had reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Yes. Something was silent. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Out apartment became numb a couple days before we departed. I think that's supposed to be our apartment became numb a couple days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing or spent time together. Almost like all of it was a previous life. When they kissed with oil, when they kissed Olia present, with Olia, I can't speak. When they kissed with Olia present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. One day it all changed. Something important had left her home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke up. Their parents were hurriedly stacking our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From people with dead cold eyes who sometimes visited us in our previous home? From the eyes that only saw balls of worms and the background, black ground and everything? And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. Oh, hi, child. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There was only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up my icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes toward the sunless forest. It looks especially dark in contrast to the blinding whiteness. Nobly, the trees slithered under the snow. The tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Ugh, I hate snakes. Rotten leaves, carnivorous needles froze into the ice. Glove! 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 Our once prickly branches intertwined, becoming uncomfortable thoughts throughout the fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. A glove! I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and then almost got to the edge of the forest. I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird amongst the hungering smedmark. Oh, goodness. Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from a TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was also always anxious with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help him find the lost boy? Volva. Volva. That's creepy. I heard a distant shout. It looked like it came from the river. Volva. As the trees were calling out to someone. Volva. Resounded closer to me. Someone was standing right there behind the trees. Hiding. Volva. Behind the trees, hiding. Where? I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still. Something was unsettling about that figure. Where is the figure? Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Its blackness. What? Where? There was no one there, just branches and roots. It was all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. That's not your imagination, child! The shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but then when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. No, it was not! His eyes were faint for a painfully long tone. I don't know. I don't. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, a small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. I can take it, or I can run away. I feel like now would be a good time to save again. And get ready to grab it. I mean, if I grab it, I could turn it into the police, but I don't think I should grab it, because then something bad might happen. What to do? I'm going to take it. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the brand. Don't. No. Thank you. Don't, child. No. Oh, I regret my decision. Run, child. The shout rumbled across the field and dissolved in the distance. No hope for echo. Just run! I stepped toward the bridge, chasing. No, don't! Push down. Out of your foot. Oh, that's blood! That's blood! The house place red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. I had to think twice before running away. Yeah, sprint! Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches and closing the distance, giant leaps. Also, again, hi, Hinata. The snow was the snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. Get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength that spurred on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It's like the sound came from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing, a hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. Something from the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from the under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was in a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my way away from the bushy trap, just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every different push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. Yeah, is there? I know what you can call. I know what you can call me now. Call me by my name, Ghost. Okay, Ghost. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots flipped out of the hole, and my soles were on a hard surface again. I cleared the path with one jump, and from there I ran to my house. The gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. Heartbeat in my ears was so much louder than my surroundings. I could hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in her front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave way. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. Oh gosh. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and I pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing outside on the other side, the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath could reach into the house and clawed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used to when talking to my dad. What exactly did you understand when I told you never to slam the door? I I didn't mean to. I took a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 years away from my mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with the last bit of strength that my body left too. My legs gave way. I propped myself against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. My mom's expression changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you? Too? Wait, what did she say? She said, am I nothing to you? Oh, no. I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like I was very little and she would cuddle me. But Mom came to pose her fast, put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find a cigarette. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was someone chasing me. I thought. I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Thirsty. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked to the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant, and her mouth covered her hand. Look over there, at the fence. My heart beat thumping as if I became prey again and your pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear I've heard something scratch at the door, just like my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and gathered all my remaining bravely to look to the kitchen window facing my fear. Oh, I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays with no name and no owner. I barely reminding me of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. And Antone, Antony. They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they're rabid? The smile had got slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them. What if they attacked Olia? Mom, I wish your dad could just shoot them all. Mom, look, they're alive. Huh? What? Are they your poor friend or foe after all? Make up your mind. Not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner. Welp, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a smack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten. Of course! Dark, stickly mitten that belonged to the lost boy that made a squishing sound in my hand. It seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That was my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom. Oh! That's... I don't know if I... That's a... That's a glove! That's a glove! That's for sure. Oh, my God. All I can say is, Mom, look, this is Volva's mitten. That boy the police are asking about this morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I didn't show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officers told us to. Mom, look! Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the image slips away. Stop at this moment! Olia will go insane if she hears you. She's already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this? The moment I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow, there was no blood whatsoever. I'm taking it! I'm looking at it right now on that screen. You can't tell me that that's not covered in blood. That's... Eh! I wanted to sink to the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy, you cried Wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. A golden-colored pill reminiscent of a dead wasp fell into a palm. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and you... Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night. You have school tomorrow. So I had this... Well, hello, Bassity 56. Jingle bells. Wait, I wonder if I can... I can! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Look at this. I don't want to move, because I feel like if I move, it's just gonna fall. I want to see myself. It's not resting against the top of the ceiling. I feel like a pinhead. No, stay forward. Stay upright. Upright. There we go. Okay, time to put it down. The hat. Yeah, okay, time to put it down. Christmas style. Okay, back to the story. Okay, I guess I should introduce this to this is a game called Tiny Bunny, and it's a non-linear horror game that's a visual novel based off of what choices you make different things will happen. Like in that choice we made just now, we just had to grab that glove, and this happened. Other than what if we just ran back home? Anyways, so I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with this similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Ew. Mercy. Maybe it wasn't Volva's mitten. Maybe it wasn't mitten after all. Just like the forest monsters and Olia's owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it. Antone, you done? You can do it when you try. See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom, I was just thinking. About what, I wonder? Just, it's just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Oh no. The oohs are starting. Oh no. Oh no. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared along the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to her other tapes. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my foot down. Can we stop with the uwu? We have a bunch of uwus already, and I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I just don't want my entire chat to be filled with uwus. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror. Like I was trying to solve those spot the differences puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jafar's voice and Lago's Jafar and Lago's voices echoed through the halls, I think that's what it is. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Open. One of the drawers were empty. I hid the policeman's phone number along with my mitten there. Whoa, what did that just say? The simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. I sat on the bed. Only then did I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. It was either due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent. The room began to contort as if the wind was blowing at the walls out of the pair of sails. Room's corners bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. Okay, let's just continue on. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see that thing in the chat, but okay. A flimsy piece of cloth was flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor, like a I can't speak. It's just like a savant of sorts. Only who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dry lips. Yeah, Olia, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, and there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Ba-bum, ba-dum. Beat my heart, controlled by the medication. The wind sang in the field, a chorus of voices. For a second, I waited, wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled the holder when I pulled open the curtains. Oh, God. Hi, Olia. Gotcha. I knew it was you from the beginning. Blindingly white halo lit up above Olia's head with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. But I always retorted, "But Dad, she's not some flashlight." But I brought her to the window one day and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. I saw everything. Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just... Ollie ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, "You stole something and hid it there? Are you a thief?" "What? Don't be stupid." "I didn't steal anything." Clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from a tree branch. Ooh, hi there. What if I did steal it after all? From the forest, the tilted figure standing behind the black trees? Ollie could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. Then show me. I swear you won't tell anyone when I show it, then I'll show you. Olia wore a plotting smile. Noticed. You have been noticed. Ghost. I swear on Mom's heart. An oath that she heard from one of the movies about the pioneers we've watched. Don't say things like that. Olia nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. I hear the phone ringing. I might have to be right back, guys. Don't worry, I'll be back soon, hopefully. And if not, well then, I'll tell you if I'm not coming back. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to check who was calling and whatnot. thirsty. Okay, shall we continue? She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. Is this someone's mitten? She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it, and got lost himself. Now do you understand how dangerous it is to kids to water into the forest, right? He must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will. The police are going to house, showing his photo to everybody. Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window. Yes, hi, I'm back. And why are they going to houses and not into the forests? Yeah. Yes, I am back. Are they scared? The question caught me off guard. The police aren't scared of anything. Yeah, right. A flash in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold, and whispers of icy branches dwell? Excuse me. If that's the case, how did they miss this mitten? Or did it appear later for me? I changed the topic. As if to get Oya as far away from possible as the forest thicket. We may get a reward if I go and find this boy myself. A lot of stuff, like in Field of Wonders. Sounds cool, right? Oya wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her. What if the owl got him? Nonsense. An owl won't be able to lift a human. But you know what? I was picking my words with the utmost care. I forced them out of my extroverted brain. Stay away from the forest. I think it's. How should I put it? It's cursed or something. Just like in a fairy tale? No, not like that. More like in that spooky tape Mom and Dad are hiding from us. Olia shivered and stole a glance at the window. Spooky. I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you. Someone was chasing you? No, it's just. I was running back home so Mom wouldn't be worried. I looked at my sister. My heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind, and her small fire would be gone. You're lucky. Mom won't even let me go outside. I'm like a princess in the tower. Can't go anywhere. That's my phone! One second, I need to look at this. Oofda. Okay. Like a princess in the tower, can't go anywhere. I'll die from boredom here. You're wrong. No one has ever died of boredom. And you have your cartoons, and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon. You know what? I wish for... You want to know what I wish for on my next birthday? I wish for Mom and Dad to turn into children, so we can play together like we used to. Yeah, and if you'd make them as small as bugs, we could place them into a little box. Olia giggled and tugged at my sleeve. Tony, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of hint of apathy. I'm too tired. I don't want to. Come on. It's so boring alone. And Mom's always busy. You can pick a cartoon you haven't seen before. I know all your tapes by heart at this point. Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? And so much happens after that. Let's go, let's go. Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know, let's play hide and seek. No, Olia. Then draw me a dino. Olia, please. Draw it, draw it. Look at this. This child's adorable. Will you leave me alone already? Oh, goodness. I blurted out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken back. I had never screamed at my little sister like that. Olia stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, and a persecutor to tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olia from crying. All right, you win. Let's go watch your cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna. I came to her and put my hand on her soft head. Let's go. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Boo! You'll fall asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I promise I won't. I'll draw you a full Triceratops later. Hooray! Try Triceratops. Well, close enough. Leia rubbed her eyes with her sleeve of her pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face. I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and you rewind the tape. The bread is fresh. The bread is fresh. Oh, wait, she's saying this. Okay. This was me. I thought it was me. Okay, so she said, I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and you will rewind the tape. The bread is fresh, just how you like it. Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll be yelled at again. Want to bet I won't spill it? The tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it. Oh man, this is nice. This is a good game. This is actually really good. Olia disappeared into the doorway. I dragged myself to my feet to the neighboring room. Okay, let's see. I don't think that's the noise a dog's supposed to make. Okay, what can I look at in here? These are the only things I can look at. Okay, let's see here. A piggy bank. Olia's saving money for a real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him would take a lot of money. Aww. Olia's countless toys. An old teddy bear is the main attraction here. Olia doesn't sleep without it. Do you dig her notes? There's her notes to refer when she sleeps. Aww. The scary window where Olia sees a cursed owl every night, lurking in the dark. Olia keeps the curtain open during the day, but as soon as the twilight comes, she shuts them tight. She's going to appear a pair of hungry eyes outside. Well, the old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. But hi, TV. Oh, hey, look, you can see yourself in it. All I was left was clicking the button in the front panel. Ooh. The tube warmed up, and the familiar white noise started dancing in the black screen. I kind of have one of those TVs. It's just really different. It's just, it does that same little static thing. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. Um, um, no. I don't like that. It was a dark taiga forest, just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few minutes later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Did I catch some rogue signal? The local TV station only showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently, I always watched Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch the signal again? On the other hand, Olya asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. But in my sleepy state, didn't have all the strength to search for all of it. Search. We're gonna search. I think that's all I can do. Peter Pan. I don't know where Peter Pan is. I sifted to the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. I remember those things. Those are nice. Those are weird toys. I found the tape that I needed. Wait, that's not it. And then, thanks to its shabby spine, got the black rectangle from its box. Neverland. Okay, so I guess maybe we could have worked on the antenna. The tape inside it rustled and while rewinding to okay, what? Rewinding to the beginning, the rustle was lulling me to sleep. I can't speak. The drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images whirled in my head. Me and Olia flying above the forest, trembling in the soft clouds. My little sister's laughing, but her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing seconds. I noticed that the clouds beneath us part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness. Oh, this is premium content right here. I wouldn't say so. I'd say more mediocre and a lot of slurp mixing with my speech and having to go swampy darkness slurp. While premium content, let me get my voice ready. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us at Olia. You haven't started without me, have you? Oh, hi, T. I guess that was the closest thing I could get to, intimidating. I can get pretty good sounding voice, I guess. My sister brought me a tray with uneven cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes. No, come sit. Mom and Dad are arguing again. They're going through rough times. Rough times are lame. I think that's supposed to say on the screen, Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadow into the dresser. Oli was entertained by the cartoonish dog, Nana. Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too. It's just that random picture of the crocodile. I like what I do. I like entertaining people. But can we just talk about that picture of the crocodile? Ah! You looking fly? Thank you. I can't flip it. No. Thank you. Okay. Fix the hat. Fix the hat. It's so stupid, but you gotta enjoy the stupid things, because the stupid things are the funniest. Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too? Love the hat. Thank you. Yeah, right. I'll have my own dog in Neverland. And a cat. And a parrot. Olga smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. Have you lost all your baby teeth? Obviously. Olga frowned, deep in thought. Peter Pan has baby teeth. What if they won't let you go into this land with adult teeth? We'll think of something. We'll ask Dad to alter your age in the passport. And why would Dad forge documents? Olga took a bite of the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. He will. I heard Mom that he did that before. He'll grow ears as big as Dumbo's. Olga got worried and touched her ear and smiled to herself. I smiled to myself. My sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale of Neverland. To be honest, I also imagined myself there. In a land where no one ever ages, where no one argues over little things, where no one listens to fights to the sound of broken plates at night. I felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Tony, shut the curtains fast. Why? Because no one's watching you. It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. I got out of bed, fighting drowsiness, and closed the curtains. I did my best not to look outside. Toward the treetops, toward the tidal forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. But of course, it was just a visual effect from the shadows of the branches in the snow, scraping the snow. Tony, Mom thinks I made the owl up. And Dad, too, thinks I'm a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists. Honestly, it does. You do believe me, right? That owl comes every night, and... I swiftly grabbed Olia's hand and looked her in the eyes. There we go. I didn't mess up at all. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But I really have these qualities? Yes, I believe you, alright? Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come on and tell me if anything happens. And don't come to me and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. But it wants me to look. It doesn't matter. Act like it doesn't exist and it never existed. Like it's made up and just like Mom and Dad say. They'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Man, this boy right here is getting irritated. Thirsty. Ugh, there we go. Thirsty. Perfect. It was madness, but after everything that's happened recently, I was more and more inclined to believe Olia's owl existed. I'm not ready for it to become nighttime in here, because last time it was nighttime, we had quite a scare. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing happened, and as if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents were tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from the crocodile, and Captain Pan... Wait. Captain Hook, are you an epic gamer? I wouldn't say I'm an epic gamer, but I'm pretty good at certain games. Like, what games am I good at? I'm good at games. Let's just say that. Excuse me. You are now part of the cool kids. Oh, I am an epic gamer. I thought you said, are you an epic gamer? But thank you. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile. Captain Pan was heading to London on a... Yeah. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was heading to London on a... That's glided sailboats. Or is that a gilded sailboat? I'm going to say that's a gilded sailboat. I don't know. I can't pronounce words. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olia's eyelids had dropped. She started snoring lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olia's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room. Enough playing around. It's your first day of school tomorrow. Go to bed. Should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adults think everything is so simple. I feel like you can't wreck news on Minecraft. Probably not, so let's be honest. I'm more of the defensive type, if anything. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice... hello there. Oh, you're, yeah, I'm pretty sure that... Okay, your name is familiar. I'm pretty sure that you're Onyx. How is you day? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We are playing a scary game. Also, Christmas hat. Ding-a-ling-a-lingo. House? House. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. A forest wailed behind the barrier that is my walls. Some eternal entity wandered the fields. Yeah, I'm guessing you've watched it from Markiplier, the video that I can see right under my thing for the next video. Branches shook as if calling for me. Oh, it's dark now. I can't even see the door. Wind howled. Yeah, it just slowly went away, I think. I can't even see the room. I hear a doorbell. Out. Eternal? Okay. Anyways, I'll be back. I hear a doorbell. If I have to go, then I'll tell you guys, but I'll be right back. Sorry that I have to leave so soon, but yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm finally back. Oh man, I'm sorry that took so long. My grandfather visited and was talking about fixing my car up. My goodness, you guys had a big conversation while I was gone. I'm looking at this now. I was here before. What are you doing here? Toughest enemy, I'm here. My ultimate hope. Is he? Or am I his friend who covers watches you need to watch the stream? I am his friend. We are no argue. Are you sure? Are you? You're bad. Well, too bad me. Shut up. No, my woman knows in there too. And he want to do alternate things I can. Go check it out. No, I'll always be here. What the? What did you guys get to while I was gone? Anyways, back to the game. I had to talk with my grandpa. He came. He decided to help me out with my card, which is not letting me unlock the door for someone that's locked. So, there we go. The wind howled on and on in the night. Excuse me. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell in slumber. No. Thank you for completing episode 1 of Tiny Bunny. Did you enjoy it? Do you want to know what happens next? We're already working hard on the continuation of the story. Well, that was... That's it? I did all... I waited 15 minutes for nothing? What? Oh. You're new. But... Eh? Only feels right we go back to here and do the runaway feature. Not even. Not even going to. I feel like that's just a bad idea to just try to do that. So, we have two decisions. I end the stream here and call it a night, or we move on to a different game like Minecraft, which I haven't touched for a while. Hmm. Even if I do, what would I live stream? Could play Minecraft. Could indeed do that. I don't know. What else do I have on here? Minecraft. We have Treasure Island, which I don't want to do. We have Minecraft. It's Bunny. What other games do I have on my computer? Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, Joy Creation. Already know that. What Steam games do I have? I have a bunch of Steam games. Excuse me. You know what? I might just see if two of my amigos want to do a stream on Bed Wars with me. So I'm gonna end the stream and come back in a bit for some of you. But if for other people who aren't gonna be watching that, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this please leave a like and subscribe. I'm sorry I was gone for most of it. I couldn't really help that. Um, yeah, if you want to like and subscribe, you can become part of the Green Fazbear Army. And don't forget to ring that little notification bell. It's down there. I'm pointing the wrong way. And also, if you want to, you can go down in the description and join my Discord. There, you can talk to other members of the Green Fazbear Army, such as me, Marshadow, Blue Fox, Xandercraft YT, Onyx, Ghost, and who knows, maybe you, if you join. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.